What's up, Amp Unit? This is an impromptu Sunday evening video. Some of the best videos are sometimes the ones that are not planned, right? The impromptu ones. And you know you can't miss a BC Amplified video because you never know what subject we're going to go absolutely amplified on. Today we're going to do a little fun video. The Rock versus Roman Reigns. There's all these rumors that The Rock could show up for a match, not just an appearance, at WrestleMania 35, New York City, New Jersey. Now, these rumors are on track and on pace to be actually true, guys. If it's not true at all, or there isn't any substance to the rumor, I won't make a video about it. You guys know that's my policy. But this actually looks to be true. Now, there is a shit ton of obstacles in the way for The Rock to even make it to New York, New Jersey for WrestleMania 35. A lot. And those obstacles are a ton of movies that he is doing. Right now alone, he's filming fucking Jungle Cruise. He's going into Jumanji after that. I forgot the other fucking name of this. There's another huge movie he's doing right after Jumanji 2. Then he's got like 5 other literally, I'm not even joking here. He's doing the Fast and Furious reboot, but it's just him. Not reboot, it's a fucking spin-off of his character. It's just a Hobbs movie. It's not the actual Fast and Furious. But there is another Fast and Furious, I believe it's number 9. And that's going to be next year. But Hobbs is going to come first. I think Hobbs might film next year too. Who the fuck knows? My point is this, guys. He's got fucking 30 more movies that he's filming. But there is a leg, a small stretch of time around WrestleMania that is not exactly blocked off. Now, that could easily, blink of an eye, snap of a finger, get taken up. No question. As I'm making this video, that 4 to 6 weeks could be fucking eaten up already. Knowing The Rock's schedule, a whole week could be filled up in about 5 seconds. But, as of now, there is a window. And The Rock, from all reports that we're hearing, is that he wants to make this happen. And when The Rock wants to make something happen, it fucking happens. Now, I'm going to go over, guys, 4 reasons why The Rock versus Roman Reigns is the only match that makes sense. This is a video about if, indeed, The Rock shows up for 35, or even 36, if it ain't for 2 fucking years. Either way, he's going to come back. He already said he's coming back. And he wants to come back for WrestleMania. But we do think that New York is his home. And I'm going to give you a direct quote from him on an interview he did with Good Morning America. And he reiterates that. But he's always reiterating the fact that he loves New York. That's where he started his career, Madison Square Garden. That's where he wants to show up. We all know that. WrestleMania 35, New York, New Jersey, has a special place in his heart. That's where he wants to show up. Now, if this happens, this video is about who would he face. Guys, there's only one fucking guy that would be a viable, interesting, intriguing, entertaining matchup for The Rock. It ain't going to be John Cena again. We've seen it a couple of times already. We've seen enough of the two. I don't need to see any more. It's done. That's over with. So who? Brock Lesnar? You re-sign him for a big match with The Rock? What is Brock really going to do? Brock has, and I'm a Brock Lesnar fan, you guys know this, but he has been reduced to a 2 to 3 minute match man. That's all he does. That's all he needs to do. And then when he does show up to a pay-per-view and he puts in anything more than 10 minutes, he turns this weird color red and you don't even know if he's going to finish the motherfucker. He's sweating bullets by the gallon. And he's limping to the finish line. That's not the best match for The Rock. So who? Braun Strowman? You can't put Braun Strowman in there with The Rock because no matter what the conclusion is, Braun Strowman is going to be diminished. You can't just have Braun totally annihilate The Rock. That's The Rock's big return. Braun just annihilates him. But then if The Rock wins, you're just diminishing Braun. Rock is going to be the favorite no matter what when he comes back. You don't want to diminish Braun Strowman in any way. So who? Do you get some of those almost main eventers but almost towing the line with mid-carders like a Kevin Owens? Is that really fucking intriguing? I don't know about that, man. Drew McIntyre? not going to sell enough tickets. I know people like me, a lot of the NXT people that watch NXT, they would like to see McIntyre, maybe Rock, but is that WrestleMania worthy, WrestleMania caliber? I highly doubt it for the casual fans. I mean, seriously, if you don't want Roman Reigns versus The Rock, what do you want then at WrestleMania 35? Because whether you like it or not, Roman Reigns is going to be on the card and he's going to be in a mega match and he's probably going to be in the main event. So what do you guys want to see? Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley for the 100th time? How about Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the 200th time? He's going to be on the card. The beach balls are going to be out. The beat the traffic chants, the CM Punk chants, every indie wrestler in the region. It's all going to be shouted. Or we can at least be intrigued with the match we're seeing. And the only match that would intrigue us with Roman Reigns right now is The Rock. That's the truth. I hear you, the people that are saying, I don't even want to see this guy in the top spot and this and that. We've already seen it so many times. It's not working. 60, 70, sometimes 80% of the crowd is booing the motherfucker. I understand. I'm an advocate with you on that. The past couple videos, I've been saying Brooklyn needs to step up and send a message to Vince. But here's the thing, for 4 years, every crowd has been sending messages to Vince. It goes in one ear and out the other. The only thing that really would get through to him is everybody standing up during a Roman Reigns match and leaving the arena. But too many people pay a lot of money to show up to those matches, to those cards, to those events. They're not just going to leave during a main event. They're going to get their money's worth. So that's never going to happen. So we're stuck with this. At least give me something that's going to intrigue me then. A family feud with the fucking Rock and Roman? That at least does that. Otherwise, we're just getting the same shit. Roman and Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns and Brock. Maybe we get Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, but I've seen that a dozen times too. I've seen it all, man. Roman Reigns and The Rock. These are 4 reasons that if The Rock comes back to WWE for WrestleMania, these are 4 reasons why it can only be The Rock versus Roman Reigns as the only match for The Rock and the only match for Roman. This is a match that needs to happen. If The Rock comes back for one match at WrestleMania 35, needs to happen. And these are the 4 reasons. And I'm going to start with number 1. It's the most simplistic of them all and the easiest one to understand. WWE is going to make a shitload of money off of this match. You tell this story correctly, and you bring in Mama Rock, Simone, The Rock's daughter, who I'm going to get to a little more in detail in a couple of minutes. You bring in the Usos, Nia Jax, a whole family affair. This could be one of the most epic storylines. I can't believe I'm saying that because it's Roman Reigns involved, right? Everyone fucking boos out of the building. They don't even want to see him, but you do this correctly. And this is going to be their biggest main event, and this is going to bring in the most money for WWE for WrestleMania in years. Years, guys. And I know, my favorite WrestleMania was Daniel Bryan winning that championship, WrestleMania 30. I don't know if that WrestleMania can be topped. I'm talking about in the last 10 years, guys. I know everyone loves WrestleMania, the 17, 18, 19, those ladder matches with the Hardys and the fucking Dudley. I understand all that, but Hulk Hogan and The Rock, what was that, 17, 18? But I understand. But in the last 10 years, man, this will be, I promise you guys, this is going to bring in the most money. And you do it correctly, there's no failing this. The Rock would make sure this doesn't fail. That brings me into reason number 2 of why this match needs to happen if The Rock comes back for WrestleMania 35. Reason number 2 is that The Rock, the only opponent for him is Roman Reigns. What are you guys going to have? The Rock versus Brock Lesnar? On paper, you think, oh, that's going to be the most intriguing. That's going to be fun. But Brock Lesnar is reduced to a 3-minute man. He's a 3-minute match man. Any match that goes over 3 minutes, he turns a weird color of red and he starts sweating gallons of fucking sweat bullets. Gallons! Guy looks like he's not just going to pass out. Looks like he's going to fucking die in there. I don't think the match would actually be as good as we think it would on paper. Brock and Rock, I'm past that. Maybe a couple years ago. Not at 35. So what do you got? The Rock versus Triple H? I've seen it so many times. The story's played out. Triple H comes back for 1 or 2 matches a year. They're against big stars. Sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses. Who gives a fuck? Triple H isn't a main star anymore. You just got 2 part-timers in there together again. That's what everybody can't stand, right? Well, that's what you're going to get. I'm okay with Triple H and The Rock. I'm all set with that, I should say. So who? The Rock versus like a Kevin Owens? The Rock versus a Drew McIntyre? Is that really gonna drive you to buy the network or to buy a seat in New York, New Jersey for WrestleMania? Is that gonna make you dish out all that money? Kevin Owens versus The Rock? McIntyre versus The Rock? I don't know, guys. I say no. It's not. For The Rock, it is the family feud match everybody wants to see. Rock Roman. That brings me into reason number 3. And it's as simplistic as reason number 2. For Roman Reigns, the only opponent for him is The Rock. What are you guys going to have? Roman and Bobby Lashley? Roman versus Brock Lesnar? Roman versus Kevin Owens again? Roman versus McIntyre? Roman versus Seth Rollins? I've seen it all. Seen it all. Too many times. Now you have not only the family feud match that will really get people intrigued, but this is where I would have the heel turn finally, fucking A, Vince, finally happen. Because now the story is perfectly told. The Rock versus Roman. And at the end of this match, The Rock beats Roman Reigns flat on his back, 1, 2, 3. And after the match, Roman Reigns is distraught. His head is in his fucking hands. He's down and out, emotionally, physically drained. Emotionally, he's just done. Mentally, he's fucking drained. And you have The Rock helping him up like he's this little fucking, like he's a little brother. Fuck a family member, a cousin. Like he's the little brother that he always can't quite catch up to the big brother. And The Rock picks him up. And he goes to shake his hand, and Roman doesn't know if he should. And all the Roman fans are chanting, yeah, Roman, shake his hand. It's okay, buddy. You gave it all. You gave it your all. It's okay, Roman. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off. We'll try it again. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We're behind you, Roman, 110%. So Roman's like, all right, my fans are behind me. He shakes Rock's hands. We even get a hug. The Rock does the silly thing where he holds up Roman's hands even though Roman just lost, but The Rock's trying to say, we're both winners. We were both in this war. But I actually won. But he raises Roman's hands and he tries to tell the crowd, he's the man, he's the one for the future. And that's just adding insult to injury for Roman. You can tell Roman's not totally sold on what The Rock is doing there. So when The Rock turns around to go to leave, he stops and he goes to turn around again to shake Roman's hand one more time, but he is met with a fucking spear. And that is when the crowd doesn't know exactly what to think. Did he actually just turn heel? Or was this just Roman having just a moment where he just wanted to lay out the fucking Rock and prove that he can be and would have been the one standing tall if the match went another 10 fucking seconds? One more second, he could have kicked out and everything would have been different. Roman wanted to be the last one standing. Maybe that's all it was. It wasn't a heel turn. Until Roman gets on top of The Rock and starts drilling him with right hands. Drilling him. Picks him up. 2 Superman punches. 2 more spears. Annihilating The Rock. Brings in a steel chair. Starts the beatdown. Right in front of Rock Mama and right in front of The Rock's daughter Simone. I want him to even pick up The Rock and bring him over in front of Simone and Rock's Mama. And I want him to yell out, there's your father, there's your son. Really driving that heel heat, man. The crowd would be giving him the boos he needed to be getting all along. Not the boos where we just don't even want to see you. Please just get the fuck off of the TV, get the fuck off of our pay-per-view, get the fuck out of the arena. We don't want to see you. These will be boos like fucking A. It's finally happening. He's now the fucking villain. He's now going to be the one that is laying it into us. No more holding back. We're finally going to get to see that side of him. And that'll draw out the boos he's needed for the past 2 fucking years at least. 4 years if you ask people like me. That's the way you do it, man. You really drive it in. If it was up to me, I'll save this for reason number 4. I'll get right to reason number 4 now. But reason number 2, The Rock needs this opponent more than any other opponent. Reason number 3, Roman Reigns needs his opponent, The Rock, more than any other opponent. Reason number 4, Simone Johnson, The Rock's daughter. She is 16 years old. In 10 days, she turns 17. That means by SummerSlam next year, she is an 18-year-old full adult. She's already training to become a WWE superstar, guys. That's from The Rock's words himself. The Rock was asked about it, and The Rock said he gave her his full blessing. And The Rock said, we talked about it, and she went with me to China, I believe it was, somewhere else. And The Rock said, and I quote, I gave my full blessing, and I think it is awesome, and she's going to kick ass. He said, wrestling was good to me. I started my career in Madison Square Garden, so bring it on. So The Rock's kind of eluding bring what on? He's talking about his daughter. Now he's bringing up New York and bring it on. Could that be where The Rock, Vince McMahon, WWE introduces the pro wrestling world as far as in the ring to Simone Johnson, The Rock's daughter? Because I would have her jump the barricade and put a wedge between her father, who's down and out on the mat, and Roman Reigns, who wants to continue the beatdown. And Simone is staring eye to eye with Roman Reigns like, I don't give a fuck how big you are, how strong you are. You want to get to my father, take me out. And Roman Reigns is like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you seriously? I'll just blow and you'll topple over. I'll blow into the fucking abyss. I'll blow like I do the wind and you'll just fucking fly out of the ring. Get the fuck out of the way. And Simone's like, I'm not going anywhere. So Roman Reigns sets up for a spear, and that's when all the suits and ties, the referees, even security, jump the ring. They ambush the ring. They put a wedge between Simone and Roman. They escort Roman Reigns out of the ring. Simone is staring down Roman Reigns like, you son of a bitch, do something. You take my father out like that, and you're his fucking family. We're supposed to be fucking blood. And that's what you do to your family, my father. You could see the fucking pain in her. She's half pissed off, she's saddened, she's distraught. So many emotions in her face. And just a couple months later, she's debuting with WWE, guys. August 10th of next year, she's 18. August 14th, I'm sorry. So you can introduce her there. And then as SummerSlam gets closer, and she gets closer to 18, and she's going to show you all the training that she's been doing for the past 2 years, that's when Roman says, I can't take you out, but I know somebody who will and wants to. And that's when Nia Jax comes down and you set up something epic. Nia Jax versus Simone Johnson. Family Feud continues. So again, reason number 4, you introduce the wrestling world to Simone Johnson, The Rock's daughter, because she's already training, guys, at the age of 16. And she turned 17 in 10 days. Just a few months after next year's WrestleMania, she's debuting in WWE. You could set her up beautifully by just having her enter the ring at WrestleMania. We don't have to see her for the next month or 2 afterwards, but introduce her to the fucking world. And that's how you can really explode this with her and Nia. And Nia can show her the ropes for the first couple of pay-per-views if you set them in the ring together. Reason number 1. It's a cash cow for WWE and they're going to make a ton of money. Reason number 2, there's no other opponent that will be better for The Rock when he comes back at Mania 35 than Roman Reigns, because it's the most intriguing. Reason number 3, there's no other opponent for Roman Reigns other than The Rock if The Rock returns, because it's the most intriguing. Because anybody else, we're putting up the beach balls and yelling CM Punk and beat the traffic. And reason number 4, it's the perfect time to introduce Simone Johnson, who turns 18 just a few months later and will be in WWE at the very young age of 18, I promise you. I already gave you a quote from what The Rock said about Simone, and he's talking about Madison Square Garden, bring it on. Well, this ain't Madison Square Garden, it's MetLife. New Jersey, New York. But that's what he said. He was in Good Morning America studios, and he said, I started my career right around the corner at Madison Square Garden. And he said, so let's bring it on. And this was in reference to his daughter wrestling. It looks like one way or the other, Simone Johnson is going to be some impactful statement at WrestleMania 35. That would be the way to do it, if you're going to. Rock's mama was asked about it. Rock's mama said she will lay the smackdown. So the Rock mama is already into it, man. You know the Rock's mama gets all into wrestling. She's ready to watch Simone in there. Simone was asked about her own involvement in WWE, and she said it's a sport unlike anything else in the world. There's just a certain amount of passion that every move and every match requires. And that's so admirable. definitely something I'm going to pursue. So she's only 16 now. It's hard to think about next year around SummerSlam, she's going to be 18. She's jumping 2 years. In 10 days, she's going to be 17. By next year, this time, she is fucking 18. But she's already got a brilliant mind for the business. I mean, look who her father is. Look who her family is and that heritage. So obviously, she's going to have a brilliant mind. But the way she already talks at 16 about it, those are the 4 reasons, guys, that you cannot do anything other than The Rock and Roman. Because anybody else you put in there with The Rock and anybody else you put in there with Roman is not going to captivate us like that family feud. What do you guys think about it? Even the diehard fans that cannot stand Roman. Rock, Roman, family feud if done correctly. Are you up for it? Or are you seriously like, nah, I'm okay? And if you are, then who are you putting in there with The Rock and who are you putting in there with Roman that you're gonna give a fuck about? Be honest with yourself. And don't just say weird shit like Johnny Wrestling and The Rock. Please, guys, the casuals and all that shit, they're not really gonna identify with that. You're only speaking to your core diehard audience. I'm talking about the WWE as a whole. If you're booking this shit, 2 separate matches, Rock vs. who and Roman vs. who. You're not going to book 2 matches that you're going to tell me are going to be better than The Rock and Roman and set up that epic heel turn and introduce the world to Simone Johnson. I know I'm further booking this, man. I'm advancing the booking here. But that's how I think. I think months from now. I'm thinking years from now. My booking actually has meaning. And those are 4 reasons why Rock and Roman has to happen. But forget reasoning. Let's just close our eyes and think Rock versus Roman? Fuck yeah! They're just beat the shit out of each other. Because I also think, in real life, there's a little tension there. I never got that feeling like they're totally cool with each other. I mean, cool, yeah, oh, hey, what's up, bro? How's things? How's the wife? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I never get the feeling like they were really tight. Or if you see pictures with the 2, it's like a facade, you know what I mean? You could play the story so well. But it's also a chance for both of them in that ring. It's a chance for them to throw some real zingers. You know what I mean? That's for a 7-year-old birthday party when you push me to the ground. That's when I was 10 and you pushed me in the pool, motherfucker. We can get some fucking zingers in there and have some real fun too, but I'm excited for a Rock-Roman match if Rock actually shows up at WrestleMania 35. It looks right now, guys, like it's gonna happen. Rock has a million movies he's doing, man. Jumanji, Part 2 is gonna be filming soon. He's currently filming the fucking Jungle Cruise for Disney. He's got the Hobbs movie. There's a ton of movies The Rock's doing. But there's a 6-week window where he didn't totally pack up. And it happens to be right around WrestleMania. Kind of fishy, right? It's kind of like he's holding that for a purpose. What's going around those 6 weeks? Oh yeah, WrestleMania. He's filming things around that time, don't get me wrong. But there's 6 weeks where he's not totally booked up. Kind of odd to me. Or is it? I think Rock's coming in, man. And I think he wants to come in at around the time where Simone's going to be introduced. And that's right around that time. That's SummerSlam of next year. So what better way to start it off than WrestleMania? I'm going to shut up, guys, but that's just my take on it. A lot of rumors about The Rock showing up to 35. There's that mysterious 6-week period around that time frame for WrestleMania next year where The Rock is not totally filling up his schedule. And we all know that The Rock fills up a weekend schedule in 2 seconds. You blink your eye and The Rock fills up another week of scheduling. But there's that odd 6 weeks. I don't know, man. I think this is a real possibility. And I think Roman Reigns and The Rock is the only way to go. The Amplified Man's going to shut his motherfucking mouth so I can get out of here and grab another fucking amplified-sized coffee. Hope you guys kick the rest of your Sunday if you're watching this on Monday morning, because I am getting this out kind of late. If you're watching this on Monday morning, enjoy your fucking Monday, and hopefully Monday Night Raw is going to kick some fucking ass. No more mulligans. There's just a few weeks left before SummerSlam. You got to start kicking it into high gear, motherfuckers. You got to start bringing in your A-plus show. I don't want to hear you're the A show. You better be the A-plus show come Monday night. And SmackDown has been consistently putting on good shows. Hopefully they'll go for 4 in a row of pretty damn good shows. Amplified Man cashing the fuck out. I do want to say too, guys, there's this female talent outside of the WWE bubble. If you're not familiar with her, Google her, YouTube her, but she is fucking phenomenal. And her name is Ivelisse, and she is fucking amazing. And there's not too much. She's defeated. If you Google her and you do your research, she's already pinned people like she's beaten Mickie James. She's beaten Paige. She's beaten some of the top talent that we kind of know in this business as far as under the WWE bubble. She's beaten some top talent around. She's beaten fucking men, guys. She's in Lucha Underground beating up fucking men like Joey Ryan and shit. So she's a badass competitor. Again, her name's Ivelisse, and she's kick-ass. Google her, YouTube her. I just wanted to give her a shout-out because I want you guys to really identify with her, because with the Mae Young Classic and all these females coming out of the woodwork, and 90% of them are actually really good. 10% are kind of like where'd they come from. But getting lost in the shuffle is ladies like Ivelisse, and she should not be. And again, I know she's under contract elsewhere, or elsewhere, I should say. And I know she's had some issues with WWE, with Bill DeMott and shit, but there's no reason she, in the future, shouldn't be under the WWE umbrella and kicking ass and going for championships. She's that badass. Ivelisse, check her out. So thank you for giving me a minute to give her a shout out, guys. Now I'm really going to shut up here and get my coffee and kick some fucking Sunday night. And again, if you're watching this on Monday morning, don't worry, I'm kicking Monday's ass too. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you're watching on Monday, tomorrow for Monday Night Raw's review reaction. And if you're watching this on Sunday night, I'll see you guys in a couple of mornings. This is getting confusing. I'll see you guys Tuesday morning for Monday Night Raw's review reaction. I gotta shut the fuck up. Amplified Man. Check you later.